everybody. Thank you so much for all your patience. Technical difficulties was my biggest fear. And of course, they hit like a monsoon on this one. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming. When I first started this, I swore I wasn't starting a YouTube channel. Then I swore I wasn't going to go live. And you guys have dragged me kicking and screaming into both. And I could not be more grateful for all of you. So I've got some great guests lined up, but I want to say hi to everybody first. Fifth quarter tailgate. Thank you, Scott, so much for being here. Cheers, Doug H. John Crans. It's good to see you guys. Lilith Morgan. It was so nice finally meeting you, Lilith. I hope to see you again soon. Cool running. So good to see you. Slancha, my friend. Dano. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge, thank you for your patience. Thank you for helping me out here, getting everything set up. Christine Vasco, one of my favorite Ohioans. So good to see you. Octung Baby, hello. I'm not sure who that is, but thank you for coming. Paul Whiskey Food Dude, it's good to see you. Glad you could make it. Donner Pass Whiskey. It is so nice to see you. So I'm going to bring out a couple of guests that I've got lined up for today. I try to pick people who are kind of into the international whiskey that could have like engaged a conversation and probably know way more about Scotch than I ever will. So first I'm going to bring out Shayla from Whiskey Central.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going better now.
We're live. We're here. Oh, thanks for having me on. This is so cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
So my next guest is Anthony from Bourbon Neophyte.
What's up, everybody?
Anthony, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And Mr. Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge himself, Jim.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Amy.
Oh, okay.
That is my very good friend, Amy O'Byrne. Love that woman. She turned actually a room in her home into an Irish pub.
Cool.
Oh,
legend.
There.
Okay, so we have a legend in chat.
I've been to pubs that aren't as good as the bar in her home.
That's so
It's
cool.
crazy.
That's impressive.
We might need some photo evidence of that just for
she is on Instagram, and I follow her. So if you
okay.
Yeah, it's worth checking out, let me tell you.
That's awesome.
We have Isaiah Spy. Hey, Isaiah, it's good to see you. Peter White.
Oh, Peter, how are you, bud? I haven't seen you since
Cheers,
yesterday.
Man. I know. I love seeing everybody that's I usually chat with. Whiskey Fancies, lady.
Whiskey Fancies, yeah.
I think they just dropped a video. It popped up on my notifications.
Mr. James Morgan, another one of my favorite people I see in chat. Steve Burkow, thank you for stopping in tonight. I appreciate it. I don't know how you guys do this all the time. Yeah, a little bit tricky.
Oh, it gets better with more and more that you do. Trust me.
Oh man, the first video, I think
I
was a deer in the headlights. I couldn't even speak in full sentences. So you're doing great.
Well, and I think part of it is I'm literally setting up the live stream link and everything yesterday, and I didn't have that second cup of coffee. And man, you need that second cup of coffee before you try to do this.
For sure.
I'm like third or fourth before I start.
I know, right?
Kidding. No.
So here is another man who just had his first stream.
Yes,
this
he
past
did.
Week.
Wednesday.
If you are not subscribed to Slapshot, please do. It was a great
beard. I mean, and just a cool dude. But
yes, the best just beard in whiskey tube.
Yes, like come on.
So I decided I wanted to start with the budget Irish whiskeys because, these are whiskeys that I think everybody has had at one point or another. And they're readily available everywhere. But I've never actually compared them side by side.
Well, you will today.
Yeah, I will today. So it'll be really interesting to see how these fare all side by side together. And I did leave out one notorious budget bottle.
Nothing lost
We
there.
all know, the whiskey that shall not be named.
Shall not.
I still have almost a full bottle up on my shelf.
Yeah,
that's
and
too
that's
high for me to
actually
reach.
That's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
that's actually why I did not. Is because they don't make minis of it. Honestly, if they made a mini of it, I probably would have thrown it in just to see.
Yeah.
Um,
Doesn't
watch it
hurt.
cut
but
on
they
live.
don't make minis of it, and no way I'm
Yeah.
paying $30 for a bottle of that. So
Oh, hell no.
yeah, it's $30 in Ohio. It's priced more than
It's so crazy.
Jameson,
Honestly,
Tullamore Dew, Powers, Gold Label. Yeah, it's that ain't right.
No. Mm-mm. Not at all.
Now, I've had all of these before. I'm sure you guys have had all of these before. So
Yeah,
I
some
can
of them.
tell you just based on color that I could probably pick out, not necessarily which is which, but I know, okay, that's not this. Just
Right.
based on the fact that I've had the color before.
Mhm.
Not disagreeing with you, Aiden.
Well, I'm gonna finish.
Boy, this does
one
jump
off.
on you. There's another one of my favorite Canadians in the house.
Hey, Moose. So I've got a little Redbreast 12 cast strength because why
Oh,
not
that's
start
delicious.
the night with
I've
a
got-
cast strength?
Now,
I
what
got
we
it right
never,
there.
you told me what batch you had, and I could not
Oh,
remember for the life of me.
It is B1-20.
Okay, so you have a B120.
Yeah, B120 is 57.6% ABV. So, yeah. I need a little hair
Good
of the
question.
dog after last night.
I bet you do.
So to answer your question, Steve Burkow, there is no difference in the actual whiskey between the old label and the new label. Those of us who kind of drink Irish whiskey a lot, we want the old bottle. We want, the fancy little insert that comes with it that tells the whole story of the history, and we
Yeah.
just like the old bottling to begin with. Every Powers bottle I have is the old bottle, and I buy new whiskey and I just keep dumping it back in the old bottle.
That's awesome.
There's a reason why that marketing team that came up with that new bottle design got fired.
Yeah, I was gonna say whether you or Donald mentioned that. I'm pretty sure it was you.
I wonder why they won't just change it back. I mean, maybe it's just too expensive at this point, but
I suspect they're going to be rebranding it again sooner rather than later.
Yeah, hopefully they did just hire a new marketing team,
Mhm.
so it's
would
entirely possible.
Okay.
That guy got plain old green spot.
Oh,
For
that
now.
Limavady.
Ain't nothing wrong with
They're
plain
trying
old
to
green
kill that.
spot.
Limavady is wonderful. I
Amy,
finished
there's
my
a
first-
lot of Limavady fans.
Well, it's great for the money.
For the price, it really is.
Now here in Vegas, it's like $55 a bottle, so I don't buy it here. I go over the border into Arizona, where it's $30.
Nice.
Now, I did try to mod a few people ahead of time. You guys will have to explain to me how do I add more mods.
You have to add it in YouTube. In
Yeah.
the chat.
So
The three dots there beside.
when you
people's,
would
comments.
highlight Shayla's name,
Oh,
you would
okay.
just go to it. You'll see the three dots, and it'll say moderate, and you click on it, say yep, and then she becomes a mod.
Yeah, I think it's add moderator or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. I'm
Yeah.
not there, but yeah,
But yeah, you can't do it in StreamYard, which I wish
No.
you could. You have to do it in YouTube. It's like,
you got to
come
go
on,
over to
guys.
YouTube. That's why I said you keep that other one up. That way, you know your likes, you know how many's in. You can actually communicate better in chat, highlight people. But like when you want to highlight things like you were doing in StreamYard, you just click it on StreamYard and boom.
You guys are good at this. You think you've done this before?
I've done it twice.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think we all
Well,
had that
yeah.
reaction.
I think I've been
Yeah.
live streaming for.
Now, welcome to my
maybe
stream.
like
It's
a
like,
year?
welcome to the Hot Mess Express. Buckle up, guys.
There we go.
Hey,
I think you've been going
We
longer
all
than a year,
belong there.
Shayla. So I know I passed a year back on the 6th, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember when I actually, because I know I had the channel for quite a while, and then I finally started live streaming. But I think it was like at least 6 months in, or maybe a year, but I don't remember. So yeah, probably like a year or so, or maybe more.
I don't know about that, Isaiah. I don't know if we want them doing that.
It probably would be better if they did, because StreamYard is not the best
Maybe.
thing in the world.
Oh,
That
this
is true.
This is a lovely first pour.
What are
Delicious.
you having? Sorry?
I'm having the Limavady. I was gonna
Oh,
when I
okay.
originally saw you had the cast strength out, I pulled mine and I have the same batch.
Oh, okay,
but-
cool.
I've got a
Oh, yeah.
Limavady here, and I have the backup already.
I was going to
go.
say, that is a bottle kill situation.
Well, I was saving it for another stream that comes
okay.
on around 6 my time.
Ah,
It's a live stream called Livewire. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, but they like these things. I wouldn't know anything about it.
I wouldn't either. I don't know.
Yeah. So, but when I got the invitation to come on this inaugural stream, I about fell over, and I even left a store because I was texting Stacey going, "What about this? What about that?"
You were sending me pictures of the bottles.
Yes,
at the
I
store.
was sent. Well,
That's
she's
funny.
the Irish guru. I
Wait,
don't
got
buy
that, I had that.
anything until she says something,
Yeah.
yes or no. But anyway, I left, did my errands, and made sure I was home in time for this extravaganza. I just couldn't miss it.
I'm so grateful to all of you.
Oh no, this is
for sure.
wonderful.
Alex,
you're
I'm not going to
beer.
pick against that Causeway cognac because I know I've heard it's very, very good.
Well, I tried the Pinky Blinders one a couple weeks ago.
That's a
Damn,
great
it was
That's a great bottle
real
for $30.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about a $30 bottle, 35 here somewhere.
It's worth every penny.
It is. It is.
What's
So
the
yes,
ABV
it
on that?
46.
Oh, nice.
It's
Yeah.
46. But it's still under a $30 bottle.
Yeah. If you're 46 and you're anywhere near that, I'm like, I'll just try it just for the heck of it. If you're 46.
Okay.
And Whitfield
There's
needs to
my
punt to the
pick.
white label for that.
Hey, thank you, Cool Runnings. I've had a lot of practice
you,
with this
honey.
bottle.
That's my husband.
Oh.
He set up my
Your
blind
husband.
for me.
Oh, so
I was watching him set up the blinds.
yeah,
I don't think he knew I was watching him, but
I don't
I
think
wanted
he
to make sure he got the right amount in the glass. I kept saying more, but we want her to be
couldn't hear
we
you.
want her to be leaning to one side when she gets
all right.
I got an entire wall behind me of better bottles.
Oh,
than
yeah.
that. I mean, these are nothing wrong with these, and they are, and the thing is there aren't a lot of options under $30 for Irish whiskey. There really aren't.
Mm.
And these do have some similarities, but they actually are different. There's more differences than I would have thought.
It's worth getting every drop out of this bottle. But
So how
even
many
if that
pours
cork
do you have?
sucks.
4 or 5? in
I
the
have
bottle?
five.
fear not. There's
Okay.
plenty more where that came from.
I have 5 here, and it's Jameson and regular Bushmills Original
Okay.
and Powers Gold Label and Tullamore Dew, and then I threw in Kilbeggan as a
Okay.
5th. You can't get it everywhere, but you can still get Kilbeggan in most states.
Okay. Cool.
I saw that today.
Kilbeggan?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I
I was
saw that
surprised at the
yesterday.
price on that where you are, but then again,
At $3 more than what you would pay for. That's not bad, but
no, and honestly, prices have gone up across the board.
mhm.
And there's my
Hanging
buddy
easy.
Hanging
Hanging
AC. How are
easy.
you now?
Oh, hey, Christine.
Hey, Christine. I was so excited. Christine was able to find a gold spot.
That's
Ohio
you
did
might
not
have to
get a
pop
lot.
it. That's a good
Yeah.
excuse to pop it. Just do it.
Well, and Ohio did not get a lot, and the problem is they allow up to, I believe it's up to 50% of bottles to go to the wholesale accounts.
Oh,
So I mean, you're talking maybe 60, 70 bottles for the entire state.
dang.
Yeah,
That
it's not a
sucks.
lot. And speak of the devil,
Nice. Here, David.
both David Bayes and some Bushmills Prohibition. That's a good combination. I'll tell you.
Here we go.
I might pour that
Yeah, I
later.
agree, Donner. Everything's gone up.
Mm.
IDL increased their prices right at the beginning of the year. They've got Red Spot right now. It's 140. 100. I'm sorry. It went from 140 to $175.
Oh my god. And it's what? It's how many years old? 15? Is it 15?
15.
Yeah.
That's a little high. I love it.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's bonkers.
Oh, that is bland. So now we're getting into the lighter ones.
Okay.
And the first three, I had some spicy, some super caramel notes, a little bit of floral, and now this is just coming off as bland.
And
You'll
which
get
one are you
that
on
one.
now? Is that the third one?
I'm on D.
Oh, okay. Fourth. All right.
I'm going to power through this, and that way I can reach behind me on the wall.
There
Yeah.
we go. Yeah, I was gonna say it's your first stream. We need to have like some
You need to have something
wonderful
better than
colors.
that. Not that there's anything wrong. Like I said, all of
No,
these
yeah,
are good to start with. If you're just starting into whiskey, get one of these to see if you like it first.
for sure.
Hmm.
At first, I thought you were having a beer because that just looked like.
I did too until I
A
saw the
beer.
ice cubes. I figured she might put ice cubes in her beer for a moment.
Yeah, this actually is a mug from the Dublin Irish Festival here, Dublin, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
We have the second largest Irish festival in the country here, and my husband and I are on the we're committee members of one of the committees, so we're there all weekend long, 12 hours a day.
Oh
So
my
I've
gosh,
got probably a dozen of those flipping mugs around.
that's awesome. What are you pouring, Jim?
Well, this is an interesting one. So I guarantee you, I'm probably one of the only ones right now who's got access to this bottle.
Oh, okay.
You got a tumbler.
This is
Oh.
the flying tumbler, the bird.
So we
Okay.
found out that is all Walsh whiskey, isn't it? It's owned by Walsh.
It's owned by some part of the Walsh family who are responsible for writer's tears, among other things.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if they're actually sourcing from Walsh themselves. But,
No. Because Walsh doesn't own their
700 ml
distillery
bottle,
anymore.
too.
They sold Royal Oak.
Yep.
So, yeah. Hey,
But the
Sierra.
last I knew, this had dropped in Massachusetts and nowhere else as of yet. Although that may have changed since the last time I looked it up. But this
Another
is
great channel. If you have not subbed, check out Whiskey RN.
Sierra.
Sierra is awesome.
Yeah, some of the mods ought to put up the links if they can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you guys can.
Yeah,
That'd
if
be
you guys
awesome.
get a chance, say, I will mod all you guys.
But this is a blended Irish whiskey. It's a blend of triple distilled grain and malt whiskeys married together in Oloroso sherry for over 12 months, and then blended with triple distilled single grain and single malt whiskeys matured in bourbon oak cask. So this is all sorts of sleight of hand going on here. But
Yeah.
for a 43% ABV, $30-ish bottle, I think it was 30 or 35. This is actually really good. So if you see this one, it's worth a punt.
And that one is one of the newest labels that they'd had outside of Writer's Tears in a very long time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Well, the other thing you got to wonder if Writer's Tears, no, you know what? I'm not thinking. That's not Writer's Tears. That's Irishman.
Yeah, the same.
Irishman.
Yeah, Irishman.
Yep.
You got to wonder if that is going to change at all because they just got sold in June.
Really? The Irishman?
Yeah. Walsh family sold. I can't remember what the name of the company is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, it was a smaller drinks company, and that is. I think you're going to find that more often now. Now that the market is getting saturated with a lot of these new distilleries, it's great for Irish whiskey, but
Yeah.
you're probably going to see more big name brands,
Amber Beverage Group.
small labels.
Oh, perfect, Lilith. Thank you for that.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate, right? Because they're gonna go from 46 to they might be changing their ABVs once they get bought out.
There's already a couple that have gone on the market.
Yeah. Hey, Kelsey.
Kelsey Dime, how you doing?
Here, it's Kelsey.
Yeah, cheers, Kelsey. Thanks for joining.
Good to see
Part
you,
of
man.
another great channel. Hello again, whiskey friends.
Cheers.
With another one of my fellow Ohioans, Jeffrey Wack.
Jeff.
If you have not
Wow.
subbed, go sub to them
And
as well.
Darrell Stewart.
They are
And
awesome.
Darrell.
Jerry Black beat me to the
Hey.
Whiskey RN one.
You
Well
know,
done.
I'm not an Ohioan anymore, but I did live in Ohio and went to YSU. So
I did not know that.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex got a gold spot too. Very nice.
So I actually, the one, I can't remember who, I think it might have been Joe Stream. I had sent Darrell a couple samples and I warned him, I said, I can't wrap my head around this. I really can't. I'm getting notes in there. I like them getting a lot. I'm just, it's out there. Said, you have a good palate. Let me have you try this. And I warned him before he drank it. I'm like, it's going to kill your palate. He almost spit it out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I said, I felt so bad about that the rest of the night. He's like, oh, it's okay. But yeah, it was an experimental one from Cologne, and they absolutely love Belgrove. Brendan Carty used to live in Australia, just loved everything Belgrove did. And the thing is, they malt the barley. They get the fryer fat from the local diner to malt the barley, and then they use an upcycled clothes dryer. So that all comes through. Yeah, it all comes through in the taste of the whiskey. It's got a smoke that is not. It's real kind of rubbery, like plastic. Huh. Yeah.
Oh.
So.
And people love it.
It's not balloon, but kind of like Connemara then.
Connemara is more earthy to me.
Ah.
This is, I mean, closer to maybe a Lefroy, because it's just it's that it's not a natural like food or earth kind of peat. It was very rubbery, and it reminded me of like rubber and plastic.
That's so weird.
Actually, I do have a peated Irish whiskey here that I might open.
David, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
This is my a surprise bottle.
Oh, a little tea.
Hey!
And it's.
I have one of those in the corner.
I hadn't planned on picking this up.
Oh, that's stealing.
Yeah, this is Black Bits. I hadn't planned on picking this up, but when I saw it on the store shelf and realized it had writing on it, because not only is the tin, but the bottle as well.
So I'm
signed by Alex Chasko, the master distiller and blender.
Darn good sipper, Jim.
Wow, that's a good find.
Yeah,
because he was at the store that afternoon, and I don't know if someone put that down and it got mixed in with the regular shelf bottles, or that was just a surprise for someone who was walking the aisle.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like, okay, I can't leave that behind.
No. So and Scott, that is a tough question. There's always something new and better coming along. If price is no object, I'm not sure you could do better than an unlimited supply of Redbreast 27. If price was no object.
Yeah, if price was no object.
For sure.
That's what
if I'm not
$700 bottle.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
So let me just do a little point of order, just reminding everybody, please make sure you hit that like button. We have like, what, 20 likes and 31 watching. So please go over there, smash that like button. And also, if you are new to the channel, make sure that you have hit that bell and then click all so you can get all of the notifications that Stacy puts out. And also, not only is my channel in there, so is Jim's, so Shayla's, and Fifth Quarter Tailgate and a few others. Please, we would appreciate the like and subscribe to our channels also. But we really appreciate everyone that's here, and it's just very important that we hit that like button for Stacy.
Thank you. And one of my mods, I think, has already been doing it.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching it.
If you haven't already, please share the channels of the three individuals on screen, because they're some of my favorite people to talk whiskey with, especially international whiskey.
Yep. I've seen Hangin and Jerry and Lilith in there. They're just burning it up right now.
You three are the ones that I go to for Scotch questions, because I don't know a whole heck of a lot about Scotch.
I go to you for all of the Irish. So.
I'm turning around to see who she's talking to in the background.
Always having to answer questions as I can.
I was drinking Glengoyne 12 last night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how delicious that little drop was.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly that'll happen when you have enough bottles. You go back into your collection and you say, I haven't poured that in a while. And then you pour it and you're like, oh, wow, that's a lot better than I remember.
So one of the things that's what I'm doing my stream on is going to be more than one part, but it's scary good whiskeys. You know, it is October. So
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm
I
excited
did, yeah.
to try that Redbreast 27. Stacy sent me some of that, and I'm
You know
like,
what?
I'm dying.
I missed a chance to get a sample of that, Shayla, at one of the shops that, well, Lilith was at.
Have you never
when she
had
was
it?
here. And I missed a chance this week to get a taste of that.
Oh, dang.
Anthony, have you never had it?
No, I missed it. I missed my chance.
All
But
right.
Lilith was at the shop
Text me after this.
The whiskey shit.
Okay.
Cheers.
That just
man.
cannot stand.
but I just, yeah, it's fun. Oh, Mr. Whiskey Shits. Cheers, Doug.
Hey, Adam.
Adam. It is so good to see you. Adam stumbled into when I was on another channel or another platform earlier in the week. God bless him.
Let me just say,
We got to
Adam
meet some of
never
my
stumbled.
family.
Adam
Oh, God.
never stumbled.
Oh, God is right.
That's awesome.
Oh, God is right.
Blue Spot, you know,
Oof. It's so good, guys. It's so good.
It's not my favorite spot, but it is really, really good.
but just because it's Stacy's stream, after I finish this Limavady, guess what I'm going to crack?
There you go.
Right
Oh, you're cracking it. You haven't
Yeah.
opened it yet.
No, I've had it for a couple of weeks.
Oh, how can
All
you?
right, I might have to get mine down.
Yes.
And then I can go to all the red breasts, the last
Yeah.
PX, the small batch. I don't have the standard 12 yet. And my wife keeps giving me shit because I haven't bought it.
In my opinion, you don't need to buy it.
Yeah,
I
you
know
already
a
have
lot
all
of
that.
people like
I
it,
ha-
though.
I
A lot
do
of
have
people
a-
like it.
I do have a bottle of it because I mean it's a great one if you have
Yeah.
people over and you want to give them a nice whiskey, but you don't want them drinking your good stuff
Hmm.
because they don't know anything. So
That's
that
totally
one is,
true.
and that was just a great one to have. Or if I'm already drinking a lot of heavy stuff, I just want a low proofer. That one's a good one to keep around. But you can
I
get it
agree.
in any bar.
But that's
Yeah.
back to what you're saying. There are still some decent buys on whiskeys, be it Scotch, be it Irish, or be it bourbon. But sometimes you have to step out. And I love, like I said, I'm going back and looking at some of these whiskeys I haven't touched in a bit. And one of them was at Glengoyne. And I'm like, I forgot how nice they can be. Something just to sip with that is not going to burn your taste buds or,
Mhm.
cause you to go, whoo. It's just real nice just to sit and relax after a long day. And those,
I
to
agree.
me, are amazing. And just what you're talking about right now with those in front of you, that some of them are not going to blow your socks off, but for the money and what they are, they're an absolute delicious drop.
Oh yeah. Or
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if I've been drinking a lot of the higher proof whiskey all night and it's the end of the night and I just want one more pour or something, my palate's already blown.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm already drinking that high proof stuff. So
Mhm.
this is a nice one. It's a good one just to finish off the night and not, overdo it by doing another 65% two
Yeah,
stacks.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
For me, when I get to those lower ones, I need something to have a lot of flavor, because if I want to get that after the higher proof whiskeys, sometimes I won't get the real flavor out of them.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
good.
they're going to drink thin.
Yeah.
They're going to drink real thin.
Yep.
There was somebody that was talking about Blue Spot versus the Chateau green spots. And
Oh,
just
the
kind of
Chateau
your
label bar.
thoughts. Like if you had to pick one or the other kind of thing, like Blue Spot. It was up a little further, but it was like Blue Spot versus those green spots.
They can find it.
Oh, let me
Let's
see.
Where'd it go? It was James, I think. Oh, he was talking to Doug, but I was just kind of
Oh, okay.
curious, I guess. To hear your thoughts.
So the the green spot, the Chateau Montelena, I
Mhm.
don't like as much at all.
Huh.
I would rank
Okay.
that one probably last.
Okay.
The Leopold Barton, I like that more than Blue Spot.
Oh, okay.
I like red wine finishes. That one is a freaking good red wine finish.
And what's the
um,
ABV on that? The Barton?
46?
46? Okay.
46 or 47. I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
46.
So not
Just a
cast strength,
little
but you're
bump up.
like, you like it more.
It's real good, like red berry notes, like raspberry,
Ooh,
strawberry.
Sure.
that actually sounds really good. Dang.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's not a cheap bottle, but it's worth picking up if you
Thank
see it.
you.
Okay. Hey, Zenbood.
And speaking of two
Mr.
stacks,
Great Shot.
I did take this out. I don't know if I'm gonna pour it because I don't know if I want to get completely hosed.
Two
Oh,
stacks.
two
This stuff is dangerous.
Is that cast
yeah.
strength?
I've got the
Yep.
2 brandy finishes behind me.
Okay.
The one drink like cherry Coke.
ABV.
65% ABV. Jeez Louise.
I like to
130?
jokingly call this Irish jet fuel because this will absolutely lay you out.
That's so cool, dude. I can't wait to try some of that stuff. Like I don't have any access to anything like that down here. I mean, Stacy has sent me samples. I'm really excited to try. They're blind, so I don't know what they are. But yeah, we don't have access to that sort of stuff. But
Okay, so I'm going to rank these so I can get.
oh
through
yeah,
these.
sure.
Okay. So I liked C, D, C, B,
I'm right.
D, E, and A. Or no, A and then E. So my number 1 was actually the cheapest one, Bushmills Classic White Label.
Oh,
Was my favorite out of these. My second was the Kilbeggan. Third was the Tully, Tullamore Dew. And fourth was the Powers.
Wow,
Gold
I'm
label.
shocked.
What?
I'm shocked because I normally prefer that, and I say I like it.
I
but
thought for sure that was locked in the first place. Wow.
I am not surprised by my last choice, which was Jameson.
Yeah, that I kind of expected. So the Bushmills was first?
The Bushmills, the Bushmills was the sweetest. It had a little bit of floral notes to it. It was like candy apple. I mean,
Huh.
when compared to the rest of these were a little more caramel, a little heavier, and so they probably have a little more pot still component than it does. So interesting. Wow. So
I thought for sure that Powers was going to take first in a wash.
So am I lagging, guys? Should I plug in my Ethernet cable? Am I lagging at all, or
you look fine?
You look fine on this one.
Oh, okay. It was like lagging for me, and sometimes when that happens, I'm the one that's lagging. So I just wanted to make sure. But
you know what? It's a
Whiskey Works, Graham. Hey, Graham, it's good to see you.
So I just plug the copper in all the time, and I'm done with it. Yeah. Not that it always works, but I just.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes my Wi-Fi is better than my Ethernet, so I do Wi-Fi. But then if it starts going a little crazy, I click her in. But
that is the magic of a blind. You often find yourself surprised by the results.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Yeah, I was surprised that Powers Gold Label ranked as low as it does because, like I said, that's my go-to budget bottle. We always have it around. Doesn't hurt. It's a little heavier ABV. I was not surprised that Jameson was last.
Yeah, that didn't surprise me. And the Bushmills being as high as it did, I thought that was going to be number 2 behind the Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised by it. I wasn't. Well, yeah, I thought Powers would come in number 1.
Yeah, blinds are weird, man. I called freaking Maker's Mark FAE01 a high ride bourbon. So
well,
there was so much spice. There was so much spice that I thought it was rye spice, but it must have just been the finishing cask or something. I don't know.
I loved it. So I loved when you had whiskeychannel.com and Trebon. You gave them that flight, and they're guessing so many different things for Redbreast cask strength. And the whole time I'm like screaming, like the notes you are describing tell you exactly what it flipping is.
Yeah.
Like you're describing cookies and apple.
Yep. I think we got it at the end before I revealed. They were like, I think this is Redbreast or like a spot or something. So it was kind of cool.
They said it was a spot. They were sure it was a spot.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, you're closer, but no, that's Redbreast all day long.
No, it was cool though. I'm so glad that this was everyone's favorite of the night. And again, I don't have a lot of cask strength whiskeys or cask strength scotches that can stand up to this. So it makes sense that this was the favorite of the night, but it made me happy. So.
Well, this is the other bottle I picked up yesterday. Stacy knew about.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I want to like this.
The cool running, you are right. And that's the one thing that I do love about Kilbeggan and Tyrconnell is because it blows that whole Irish whiskey is smooth because it's triple distilled myth right out the flip. that old myth that needs to just die off that was complete marketing ploy by Jameson. Yeah, that stuff is not triple distilled. It's double distilled.
So, and this just shows how little I know about Irish whiskey. But when it's single pot still, does it have to be triple distilled? Like when it says single pot still Irish?
It's the single pot still typically is.
Okay.
It's
Because I
more.
thought, because I put that in a video and I was like, crap. Is this
No,
wrong?
no. The single pot still typically is.
Okay,
And
okay.
it's more of a matter of just getting of alcohol variants, getting the alcohol content where you want it to be.
Right.
But if you're talking about like the single malt Irish, it doesn't have to be.
Right. That can be, yeah. Okay.
Nope.
I just
And
wanted
they're
to verify
starting,
with
they're
that.
starting to get away from that big time.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Judging by the 2 Stacks collection behind you, that Cologne print needs a buddy. I agree. So Graham was very kind and I have a Cologne print because he knows I'm a huge Cologne fan, and he does these prints. So I got one for my collection. And you're right, I do need to add a 2 Stacks print
There you
to the
go.
collection, like I added the 2 Stacks bottles this week. And Jim, let me tell you, you think that one drinks real easy? Yeah, that cherry brandy is like cherry Coke.
Oh, my God.
That one goes down.
I wouldn't say the 2 Stacks drinks easy necessarily, but it's the kind of thing if you're not careful with it, it drinks easy enough. It definitely has a lot of alcohol going on it. But if you can get past that, yeah, a couple pours of that, and you won't remember what you were doing the night before.
I absolutely love that
how
one.
I know.
Yeah, when people are, Irish is all low proof.
Boom.
No.
Yep.
No, it's not. You don't
Mic drop.
know.
Just mic drop. Yep.
Thank you, Mark Vasco.
Aw, thanks, Mark.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
this is so
stopping
cool.
in.
Thanks,
I
Mark.
love all you guys. I appreciate everybody in chat. I appreciate your support so much. And like I said, 6 months ago,
This is
I
great.
swore I was never going to start a YouTube channel and said, all right, I'm going to do content. I'm not doing lives. And
You have to, because now you're with us, and
now it's
Brian,
fun now that I know
I mean, come
how to
on.
Yeah.
flip and do it to where
Yeah.
the technology.
Also, I think it's funny, I don't really think there are many whiskey channels that don't do live streams. Like, I think there's some, but I think most of them do live streams.
I
And
think
it's like,
so.
once you get involved with the community, it's like you don't want to not do them. You want to like be a part of it. It's, I don't know.
And I've done some content, but you know what? I went strictly to the live streams, the pub style, and I haven't looked back. You don't get subs as fast as doing content.
Right.
But you know what? I don't care. My goal now is to get to 300, but I like doing this.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Oh, sure.
I like doing this
Yeah.
and with the people in chat. It's just really, really nice to do. And
Poor Ben.
he loves this hat. Really, he's the one that.
Oh, I
that
know.
cursed
He's
me
just
with it.
Oh, I know.
messing with you.
Oh no, he's serious. He does not like the hat.
You
But
got to do more winky faces for Ben. Like.
So, what is that bottle that's hanging out down there in the foreground?
This.
Oh,
Yeah.
So this is. See if I can get the solo again here.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
a
Two
2
you,
Stacks,
bro.
9-year
Oh.
single
Ooh.
That is
bottle.
malt.
Oh yeah.
Red
Irish
ice
whiskey.
wine cask finish.
Oh,
Wow.
so fancy.
So
Mhm.
what is the next pour going to be?
That is going to be this one.
Okay.
Okay.
This is, yeah. So this is, I think this is. This
Hey,
is
Tim Ayotte. Cheers.
Hey Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. Thank you so much.
And Top Dog, you're right. It's just, I just think it's the way to go. And
I
Ken-
probably will not do, I don't think pub style, but I'm going to do it like this because frankly, I don't know how y'all manage that many people.
Same Z's. Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no
that would
different.
make me nuts. But
Trust
I'm going to
me.
do stuff like this where I'm going to invite a few people on each
Yeah.
time.
I
And
mean, really, it's about the same as what you're doing now.
yeah, and I like the reason I picked the time quite so early is also because I have a lot of friends. I hope I have called them friends overseas in Ireland. That I'm like, man, I'd love to have you guys, join some night. This is early enough that it's not going to kill they're not going to have to get up in the middle of the night to do it.
Right. What is it like? Maybe 10 o'clock over there?
It's
now?
like 11, I think.
10 or 11. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas later on, it gets little
Yeah, it's a
little-
little hard. That was kind of where I did my time
Yeah,
slot
that's a great job.
on Saturdays too, because I want it when I'm in Europe. I don't want to be like streaming
Yeah.
at 2 a.m. So
Alex, this is pretty sweet. I don't think it's as sweet as the Writer's Tears in a Skillen. But I mean, it's ice wine, so it's pretty sweet. Now the proof on this is much higher. This is a 59.85.
I'm gonna do a little Lagavulin 11 Guinness Stout from
Oh.
Stacy.
It's the Ultimate Edition.
Stacy,
And
My husband
I'm
loves
sure
that
your
one.
husband's listening, but I have
he-
a Lagavulin coming, the current Offerman, the
Oh,
charred
the
barrel.
car.
Yes.
yeah, charred
That's
peat
on
barrel
its
or
way.
oak barrel.
My nephew
I've
lives
heard
in
mixed
Delaware,
things.
and he was at a shop, and he FaceTimed me this week, and he was zooming by, and I went, "Stop!" And he goes, "What?" I go, "Back up." I go, "Zoom in," and he's walking. We're FaceTiming. I go, "Oh my gosh! Grab that bottle, put it under your arm right now. Buy that. I will send you the money." I go, get that. And so
There
he
you go.
did. And I said, "Now I know where they are. Once I get that and try it," I go, "if I like it, you're going back and buying me 2 more." They're like
I've not
$80.
seen him in the wild yet. I've seen him places
Nope.
taking pre-orders,
But that was the first time I seen him around. That was Delaware.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Huh.
I've seen
I had to
photos
go
of them
almost.
from
I
people
literally
getting
went
them.
to the
but-
other end of the world for me.
so it sounds like they do typically what Irish releases do, where they show up in the port in New Jersey and kind of work their way west.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Interesting.
Well,
Irish
God.
releases, Jersey's always usually the first one to get them.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see it. So, and like I said, I know your husband would love to try that.
Yeah.
So we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk after this. I'm gonna have
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of an exciting.
to. Give me some
I don't know.
hand-licking.
I've loved all the. I mean, like this one that you sent me, Stacy, and just the regular 11. So yeah, a charred one would probably be really good.
Yeah, he's gone through. Oh gosh, 4 bottles. He's got 1 more bottle.
I
Wow.
have one unopened of the Guinness. I have one left of the Guinness that has maybe that much left in it. But I'm fine with killing it because now I know I have one sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
savored it. I've enjoyed it several times. You know, if for some reason your husband popped up here on my doorstep, I know what he wants. So you know,
There you go.
good.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, every time I walk in the bar, he gets that one 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves that
But
one.
it's just something, you know, honestly, I know some people just don't like Lagavulin or repeated Scotch. I got it. But oh my gosh, it's just good. It is just plain good.
Daisy, that's pretty funny.
I can only afford 1 stack right now.
I'm working on getting him a $25 coupon for Long Branch so you know he can get it for under $20. He'll be happy.
So speaking of Scotch, I wanted to get your 2 cents opening this can of worms.
Okay.
Because someone from the Irish Whiskey Association, which the Irish Whiskey Association is basically made up of all the big name brands. So you're talking your Pernod Ricards, your Diageos. They're predicting that Irish whiskey sales are going to overtake Scotch by 2030.
Let me just say this.
Uh,
Go ahead, Jim.
no, I'm just you can go ahead. I'm just thinking.
Well, when I tasted this for the first time with other single malt Irish whiskeys, some of them are so darn close to a Scotch on the nose with the fruit and the malty sweetness that it made me do a double take to where I poured like a Glenfiddich 12, the Glengoyne 12 and stuff, because I just wanted the base expression to get that. And I'm like, yes, there is a difference, but in a blind, a good single malt Irish against a good quality single malt Scotch, I mean, there is difference, but I mean, on the nose, I was like, holy smokes. That's why I'm loving these single malts. And like I said, I love this one a lot. But
Well, and I think Alex also is nailing something here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's been some
Yes.
things in the political environment that have caused Scotch prices to really be an issue. And then I
Yeah.
think also just the amount, that's happening at the same time that Irish whiskey is going through this renaissance where
Yeah.
we have so many brands that are on the market now.
Yeah. Well, and
Well,
when they
you know
say
what?
that too, like when they're saying that it's going to overtake, I agree with that in a sense that like, like these new craft distilleries and everything's kind of blowing up there, which is super exciting. But are they also talking about like Jameson? Because Jameson is like, it's such a big brand that like what percentage is it like these giant distilleries and what percentage are these awesome craft distilleries? I'd be curious if it had a breakdown, but
Jameson, I looked it up. So Jameson just sold over 10 million cases worldwide in the past year. They're actually up 22%.
okay. Yeah.
They keep increasing every year. Now, that said, all Irish sales are increasing every year. And they're finding that the cost is the sales are increasing on higher cost items. So the higher level that was always perceived as the high-end stuff, like the Red Breast 12, the Jones Lane, the green spots, those are selling more. So people are not only buying more Irish whiskey, they're paying more for it.
Okay.
So I kind of wonder if all of that is now, again, that's coming from someone at the Irish Whiskey Association. So take it for what it's worth.
Right. It might be biased. No, but I mean the numbers will speak for themselves. But it may be a tiny bit of a bias.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome though. And also I think part of it, I'm not sure, but part of it might be you kind of get into your Scotch journey or whatever, and you're at a 40%, and then you kind of work your way up to like these really good bottles and cask strength. Well, then if you get interested in Irish, you're probably grabbing a cask strength, a blue spot, these really delicious, kind of high end sort of things. But
yeah, there's only probably about a dozen peated Irish, Peter, which is definitely fewer than Scotch.
Mm-hmm.
I have gremlins. Okay. Cool running. I totally agree with you, especially after this flight, because Jameson came in last.
Yeah.
It's better than a certain other unnamed whiskey, but
finish this first.
They need a new plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, I think it's just the way of the world. It's just the way everything's going. I don't know, but
well, you know what? I can agree with Alex and what he said. Because that's the same thing. When I was really into bourbon and bourbon was getting very, very hard to find, I turned around and looked at Scotch and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's here. So I just started back into the Scotch world, and then that just ignited another thing. And then listening to Stacy a few times, and I started down that wormhole now of Irish. And but I think that people are getting tired of paying some of these exorbitant prices on whiskey in general. So they're looking for some really, really good alternatives to a bourbon that is flavorful, has some proof, which we know you can get some proof in Irish whiskey. It's out there. And actually still get it after the first bottle and not going, well, that was good while it lasted.
Shayla, I responded in private chat. I just now saw that.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I don't know how you guys like bounce around and do all this.
It takes practice.
Honestly,
again, you guys, it's like you guys have done this before.
We've done it all twice. We told you. But also, too, I mean, Jim has pointed out to me, because I'm like you, I'm running with stuff, but he'll say, Anthony, check chat or blah.
Yeah.
Check private.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Alex, that is a very true comment.
Yeah.
The market is those major brands.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
As is often said regarding Jack Daniels, it's great to have the single barrel proof bourbon and the single barrel rye and the bourbon. But it's the sales of Old Number 7 that support those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't forget that.
Yep, and that's one of the reasons I try to get the names out there, these smaller brands, because a lot of them over in Ireland can't even afford to ship over here.
Right.
Because it ain't cheap.
So are we
So
doing
you pay your money,
drink?
you get it over here. Now you have to
You
navigate
can.
50
I'm not.
pages worth of
I
regulations
just
and
bought
fees.
this.
Right.
That
A
one,
lot more
that's
to
one of
worry
the,
about.
that is one of only 2 to 3 independent bottles in Ohio. That one
Well,
is
I'm
so,
trying to
and
figure
I
out-
love everything Sleeve League does. They're just producing great stuff.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. The nose on this is amazing.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out where we're going. Should I start at the top, or should I go over and get Last Owl, the PX, small batch? Should I get Egan's Rider Tears, which I haven't had Rider's Tears in a bit, but I don't know if I want to do this more towards the end. So, but we're going to crack this one.
And
Because
I'm
this
going
is
to go probably another half hour and then let everybody off. If one of my mods would please put in the chat, everyone please join at 9 p.m. Stuff and Whiskey.
Hang
They're
on.
having an amazing charity event tonight. They're going to have some great bottles in a raffle tonight. Donate to a great cause. So I included the link in my description. One of my mods can put their link
I'm
also
on
in
it.
the chat. That is, I encourage everybody to go and follow their channel. I plan on being there tonight.
Yeah. Such a good cause.
The Graham says prices of Irish have been above premium for a while. The Scotch prices are starting to get out of hand. Secondary market kills it. I completely agree. I think the prices for the independent bottlers of Irish whiskey, I think, are actually still fairly reasonable. I think that it's the Redbreast, especially the IDL, that's getting a bit insane.
Yeah.
Hell, damn.
What?
The Deathless Dog. The guy in a wrestling Discord tried to tell me Proper 12 was the best Irish available last night.
Oh
I
my
could have
God.
clotheslined the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people that really believe it.
So Dan, I walked into a liquor store here, a local one, and I'm at the cashier, and I literally hear the employee recommending Proper 12 as an Irish whiskey to somebody in line, and it was there an extra half hour trying to explain to them what they actually should be buying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not.
I told him, I've said this to somebody who was grabbing Proper 12, and it just blurted out, "Why would you do that?"
Hey, salty lettuce.
But I said,
Thank
that
you for doing
Jameson is way better than Proper 12, and so's that Bushmills. I go, come on. I said, it's all marketing. But
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, when you only see commercials for Proper 12, it's if you're, not if you don't know, then you don't know,
Healthy lettuce.
yeah, but it's the marketing. They did a
Hmm.
great job. He sold the company. He made millions of dollars.
Yep.
But that's it.
I completely agree, Mark Vasco. If you have not heard of Hinch Doublewood, it's a 5-year blended at a county down. It's $35. Grab that one instead. You're not
So-
going to be missing that much.
No.
So
No.
how much is this one that he's talking about? The Redbreast Kentucky?
109.
Ah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I didn't pay
Anthony,
that
as you were
for it.
saying,
That's
so
for
I
sure.
have, and I think most of you guys have probably already heard the story in chat before, or when I've been on other people's lives before. A friend of mine locally owns an Irish whiskey brand. And at the same time, he was sourcing bottles for his brand. Conor McGregor and Proper 12 were sourcing bottles for theirs. And they literally at Proper 12 went through the cask list of the casks available at Bushmills, sorted them by the cheapest, and bought every cheap cask they had. So the stuff that didn't make the cut for a $20 bottle of Bushmills White Label, that's what you're drinking for $30.
The Bourbon Wrench. What's up, Trev?
That's crazy.
Oh,
Trev!
what's up?
T-Rev.
What's
The
up?
drunk author ego me. Let's go.
Oh, dude.
Trev, thank you for joining. And I saw that you were the first one to comment in the other stream that went technically awry.
Oh,
It didn't
so
go
good.
awry.
Thank you for following over here.
Yeah. And he went live last night as well.
Yes, he did.
I
He
was
did
there
go live last
lurking
night
for a
as
little
well.
while, and then which last night. So
John Crane, I don't think it's funky. To me, it's just lacking. It's just
which one?
the Redbreast Kentucky Oak. It's just
okay.
missing something. It's missing that sherry. Redbreast
Trev.
does sherry, and it's just they're missing that in this one. And I think 109 a bottle is a stretch. I
Yeah.
did a side by side with a sample that a friend gave me compared to that Hinch Doublewood, and I'm like, they're too close for me to want to pay that much for that bottle.
Yeah, and Redbreast 12
not
cast
wrong,
strength is
Graham.
like 89. So it's like save $20 and
Is that the Marsala, Anthony?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
pouring this next because I
That's
haven't
the one.
had this in like 6 months. So this might make my part 2 most scary good whiskeys. I don't know.
Let me know when you're ready to pour this, Stacy.
I totally agree, Amy. It is priced too much.
yeah.
Now, this is the first time I poured this in a while, and I know it says it's lightly peated on the label, but I never really pulled the peat out of it.
Oh, I get the peat on the finish of that
I'm
one.
getting it all over the place now. I'm like, where did that
Which
come
one
from?
did you send to me, Stacy? I can't remember.
I sent you the dark silky.
The dark
Yeah,
silky. Okay.
That's the heavily peated one.
Yeah, that was good. I think that was my favorite of the night. The night that I had it.
That was.
Yeah.
She
Oh.
shunned the expensive, rare release single cask bottle. Sheila
Oh,
was
that
a
one, the
cheap
dark-
date with peated Irish.
I'm a cheap date. Don't worry. Oh, that's awesome.
Now the
Sure,
dark
how?
silky,
Gosh,
I've had
that's so
some.
good. So good.
That one's been a little bit of a roller coaster because sometimes I've popped the cork on that and I'm like, yeah, okay. And other times I'm like, why does this smell like burning plastic? What the? What happened here?
Trev said, "Is there a link?"
No, Trev, because I honestly, there's no way I could handle 10 people on screen.
Sheila is a bougie date. Don't let her fool you. Be nice to her.
Well, it depends. It depends. I think I could easily be a bougie date. Like there's some bouginess happening. But blind. If my stupid ego isn't involved, hey, I'm like, yeah, $30. That's fine. No, that's cool.
That's what I love what you were saying on your stream yesterday when you said, this is the what else? I can't see spending more on a bottle. I'm like, well, I've done that. I've done that this
What
week.
did I say? I can't remember. I was like, I can't spend more than 100 or something.
Yeah, on a bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And you were like,
Exactly.
don't look at half the stuff on the shelf.
I may
No.
have, yeah.
Yeah, don't look at the stuff over my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm just not to that point yet. I don't know. I'm sure I'll get there eventually, but right now I'm just like, it hurts.
Truthfully,
Christine,
you're gonna do it.
all right,
There's no way around it, Shayla.
I'm gonna solo this just for Christine here. This one,
Oh, JJ.
JJ Corey, Big Ale. Yeah,
I've
look
seen
for
JJ
that
Corey
one.
around here. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, though.
Look for that one in Ohio. I absolutely love it. I recommend it all the time.
Clontarf, huh, Mark?
It's one of the only other independent bottlers that we have that's for sale in Ohio. It's really good. Some of the component in there, it's a small percentage, but it's 26 years old.
If you took me like to a distillery, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, Trev. You got to clarify, my brother.
Hey, Trev. Guarantee if you took me out like that, your bill would be up there.
Oh, is he trying to be dirty? Is he making a joke?
No, he's being serious. He says that that he knows you would pick the top shelf hooch for sure.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
There's
Amy,
been
I
some-
remember back when I said $100, I'll never pay $100 for more than for a bottle of whiskey. I'll never pay more than $200 for a bottle of whiskey, and now I just don't even bother.
Yeah, don't even say it. Yeah,
I'm not even saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too much. The shipping is too reasonable when you buy multiple bottles from Ireland.
Correct, and it gets there to you in a reasonable
I
time.
can get something faster from Ireland than I can from California.
Yeah, it's there by the time you order it within 5 business days. You're holding it in your hand, going, "Oh my!"
3.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm
gonna be spending some money once Stacy. Once I get over to Europe, I'm gonna be like, okay, Stacy, give me the lowdown on everything.
Yeah, because wherever you're going in the EU, they will ship to you.
Yep,
a lot of it.
And when you get over there, Shayla, you have to look up Greg's whiskey guide.
He lives in Paris. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So you need a little direction at times. Oh my gosh, he has some really in-depth reviews and information on there. I repost some of his stuff because it really is good information.
Yeah.
Cool Running, you can get the Silky and the Legendary Dark Silky. The Midnight Silky, I've heard, is either coming or has been spotted over
Okay.
here.
Yeah,
The red and the cast strength we can't get here.
Mm.
it's kind of a shame. I'd be curious to try the red.
So
Cast
Stacy,
strength.
can you get that stuff delivered then? The cast
Oh,
strength?
yeah.
You're able to. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
She's got the hookup. She's got the hookup. Okay.
Yeah, they sell it on Irish sites. There's also a certain Irish auction site that we frequent. Amy, I know, knows about what I'm talking about. That's where actually that Redbreast 10-year came from.
Cheers.
And I got
Salty.
one for Glasper and stuff. So.
That's
They also make a nice in between. So places that
Yes, I'll
don't
do
ship
it.
to the US, you can ship to this. If you're willing to pay a little bit extra shipping, you ship it to this place and they'll send it to you in the US because they're legally allowed to.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like the 2 stacks cherry brandy cask finish that I have, that's a Dutch release. So I had to order it from Amsterdam, send it to Ireland to send it to Ohio.
Oh my god. You are dedicated. That's
If it was
crazy.
bad, I'd be really, really annoyed at myself.
Yeah, that's like
It's
the
really
scary
freaking good.
thing. Like, oh boy, this
It's-
better be
yeah,
good
it's
because I
really
spent $1 million on shipping. Yeah.
Here, Greg's Whiskey Guide.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, so I gotta get my I'm planning. I think we're gonna meet once I'm over there. I'm assuming. I don't know, but
That would be fun. That'd be so awesome.
yeah, and also that you were talking to me, Stacey, about a thing called Paris Live or Paris Whiskey Live. or
Whiskey
something?
Live in Paris
Whiskey
this
Live.
last week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a
So
Whiskey Live. There's one in Dublin. And then
okay,
I didn't know there was one actually in Paris. And then on my feed, I started getting the post from Billy Lighton that he was in Paris for Whiskey Live. And I'm like, well, son of a biscuit. I didn't even know there was one
there
outside.
we go.
Yeah. And then all the guys from 2 Stacks, I started seeing them that they're in Whiskey Live.
Oh wow,
And I'm like, okay, well, I guess
that's
it's a
cool
thing.
if they go over there. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh, good.
I'm excited
Lord,
to
thank
check
you
that
for
out.
posting
It looked
Greg's
like it was a
link.
pretty big
Thank
deal.
you, Lord.
Yeah, I saw some photos and I
that's
was like,
cool.
geez Louise, this looks big. Like, I don't know. Also, the whiskey shops there they're so much better than here. Like I went on to Google and was like,
They're
looking
better
around
than
and was
anything
like,
I have
"Oh,
around
yeah."
me. Yeah.
Yeah, they even have Irish shops there that just sell Irish
Yes.
whiskey, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
the
yeah.
heck? That's awesome.
And some
So,
you're never going to see here. You're only going to get over there.
yeah. So
I mean, you're just, my
So
sister and
Stacey.
brother-in-law went to Ireland for a month last year.
Wow.
They sent back stuff from there that, they're just not going to get here because they're
Mhm.
distillery only releases, or it's only in the UK and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
There's
the
stuff
EU
that they
or
get
something,
in
yeah.
Italy and
It's not
England.
easy, but you can get it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
Stacey,
I know
if
you
there's
know
ever
what it is, but-
anything that you can't get, which is probably impossible because you can get everything, but if there is, I can help you out.
There are little things I can't get. Like this was Whiskey Live in Dublin.
Oh, okay.
Ah, Cologne.
Oh
That's
yeah,
kind of a cool little bottle.
I've
Yeah,
seen
that's a cool
a
bottle.
few of those.
Yep. This was for the you can't see that for that
Almost looks
glare.
like a flask.
It was for the Cologne cult members, which is what they call us.
I
That
know,
are completely obviously obsessed with Cologne. And I didn't go, but a friend of mine went and they had extra bottles. They didn't get rid of them all. And he went up to Brendan Cardy and said, can I get these for the members in the US? And he had enough that he ended up dropping it off at the said deliverer in Ireland. And I ended up getting a bottle and it's really good. Now, this is called Irish Spirit Drink because this is a blend of
shot.
different poachings that have been finished in beer casks
Oh,
from different
Huh.
breweries in Ireland.
I
And
was
because
wondering
it
why it
doesn't-
wasn't called
It doesn't
poutine or
fall
whatever.
into any category. It doesn't.
Oh.
There's 3 categories in Ireland that
Uh-huh.
have their own technical file. There's Irish
Yeah.
cream, Irish whiskey, and Irish poaching.
Okay,
This doesn't fall into any of that.
that's cool.
So they have to name it Irish Spirit Drink.
Irish spirit drink. That's interesting. So how is it? Have you tried it?
It's good.
It's good.
It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I tried it.
Anything finished in a beer cask, I'm probably like, yeah, you can
Yeah,
get
and I
that.
love they use all local breweries, and I have the whole lineup of the ones that they did, and it was like 6 or 7 that they did in individual the pushing bottles. And somebody gave me samples of all of them. And then I had the chance to get that one. And I'm like, oh man, that's good.
Someone finally mentioned Dingle.
Oh yeah.
I do have some Dingle. Yeah. Amy poured
And Alex,
Dingle.
that's pretty much spot on what we pay in the US, about 115 to 120 for yellow spot. But let's see what Stacey has to say about that.
Yeah.
You pay 120,
we
Jim?
pay 114.
I've seen it for as much as 120. I haven't bought a bottle myself.
It used to be less. It used to only be,
did.
I think, 109, and now it went up.
That's not, I mean, not that I would love paying that, but it's 12 years, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not like
it's
that
minimum.
bad. Just the way things are going nowadays, that's not that bad. I wouldn't love to pay that, though.
No, and honestly, that's what I tell people about Redbreast 27, because, yeah, it's expensive. But if you're on the fence about getting that bottle, I would get one because the price ain't going down.
Right.
It's going to keep going right up. So, yeah, yellow used to be, yep.
100.
It was right at the beginning of the year. IDL, Irish Distillers, did a jump up across the board.
Dang.
The funny thing is, so they increased the price of Redbreast Listeau here from 69 to 72. We haven't had Redbreast Listeau around here since August. So we don't even have the bottle in stock, but they still jump the price up.
Yeah. Like, we
That's
need to
annoying.
get this bottle in stock. It's going to be
I know,
expensive. Dang, that sucks though. From 100 to 120 or somewhere thereabouts.
Listeau.
$99.
Top Dog, I will tell you, Brewdog is only probably 20 minutes from my house. I have never been there. I'm actually going to get the opportunity to go in a couple weeks for a wedding.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
I would buy it. Jim, you've had the 2 Stacks cast strength.
I've had it. Is it a buy? I wouldn't. If you haven't dabbled in some Irish whiskey, I would not start there at all.
No, I wouldn't start with that one.
Why not?
I would say, to get there, I would have, like the Bushmills Peaky Blinders, the Powers John's Lane, something like that, and then move up to that. Yeah. Because that is it's not bad, but it is a challenging bottle to drink.
It's got 6 different casks in it. It's got 2% peated malt. It's on the younger side, like 4 or 5 years. So it's got a little more going on. I don't think I'd start in Irish with that, but if you've already had John's Lane and you've had like the Bushmills and stuff, then yeah, I mean, give it a go. If you're okay with peat.
That
Some
2%, you can feel it?
You can get a little bit on the finish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I sent a sample to Michelle Davilar in her flight. She does not like peat. She said she could drink. If somebody gave her a glass of that, she wouldn't have to reject it. She could drink it. It wasn't her favorite, but she could drink it.
Okay.
But it is noticeable. All right, so I'm gonna pour. Since this is special, I'm gonna pour this special one that I can never get again. Even though it's not whiskey, it's poaching.
I just popped the John's Lane. I love this bottle. This is, if you're looking for an entry point into Irish whiskey,
that's a great entry point.
Spend a little bit more than, say, your average Bushmills or Jameson's. Right here.
Yeah.
I think if people have been into whiskey, it's worth it to just like go for the cast strength stuff, like Redbreast 12 or Powers, or you know what I mean. I don't know. I just think
if you're familiar with whiskey, definitely get the cast strength stuff.
Oh, man, that's good.
It's so awesome.
Somewhere Donald Rance's ears are burning.
I know it annoys him, but I still will publicly recommend that bottle to everybody, because here's the thing: if they don't sell it, it's either going to get discontinued or they're going to sell it off to another company or another brand who may not have the investment in keeping it as traditional and good as it is. So
and which bottle is that, Stacey?
The John's Lane.
Oh, the John's Lane. Okay. Yeah.
I want to like this label. I do. And it's every time I look at it, my eyes want to crawl out of my skull because there's so much going on. It's like there's 5 different fonts on here. What were you thinking?
I also think the problem is, Jim, is because you and I know what the old one looked like.
Yeah, if you knew what the old one looked like, it's worse.
I think if you never, ever saw the old one, you would be okay with that.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
The problem is you and I and a lot of people know what the old one was like. And we're like, what is this crap?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe the tube itself had described as looking like a hazmat container, especially the gold label, which has got.
It's a train
I
wreck.
don't know what they were thinking with the colors, because the John's Lane used to be have the red highlighting,
Yeah, it's maroon.
and then now the
Yeah.
gold label has the red highlighting, and this was gray.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only one I'm okay with on that is the 3 swallow. Old box was blue, new bottle's blue. Okay, got it.
I actually have that one. I can go grab it and show it off.
And somebody said, well, the label has gold highlighting in it. I'm like, okay, you're reaching now. Come on.
A little bit.
Yeah, it just, the packaging used to be so much better.
Mm.
They got a little skimpy with it.
But speaking
Time
of
to
3
crack
swallows.
this thing.
Oh, go ahead, Anthony. Oh,
This
the
has
blue
got some
spot.
beat on
Nice.
it.
Time to crack this thing. Since
Nice.
It's on our inaugural stream.
You are going to love it. I mean,
I will.
and if you don't love it,
All right.
hit a girl up.
Please, please
Lincoln
not-
Amenecker is in the house.
do
Hey,
not
Mark.
get offended,
Thank you,
people.
Mark.
I need a special device to help me with this.
That's okay.
So the spots are some of the hardest freaking foil to ever get open.
Well, that's why I keep a letter opener.
Oh, nice, Amy.
There we go. Bam.
Amy,
Spider-Code makes
we have
great
a certain
letter
friend in common that is located in a state north of me that's going to find me an old school bottle of 3 swallows, because that's the
Nice.
only one I'm missing as well. I have the signature. I have all the others.
opener. Ooh, nice pop.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a signature. I've never had that one. I didn't know about it until it was
It's a-
already discontinued.
Yeah, it's discontinued. It's good though. I've got 1 bottle left.
Yeah,
But
Mark.
speaking
I
of the 3
love
swallow,
that blue spot too.
the 3 swallow, if you want to get into powers, but you're not quite ready to drop to $70 or so.
3
This one
swallows is
costs,
a good bottle.
they go up with the 3 swallows. It's a little bit cheaper, and it's still really good.
It's a really good bottle.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Nice, John.
It is a sherry finish that they
Let
have.
me go
Oh,
grab
okay.
mine. I'm gonna turn my camera off for just a second.
Yeah, that's a sherry finish one that they have. I got to try it right as it hit the US because a friend of mine had just come back from Ireland with a bottle.
So this will be my first spot I've ever drank.
Whoa.
Really?
Yep.
You are
boom.
starting high, my friend, or at least in my opinion.
My wife actually bought me this.
You married well.
Good wife. Yeah.
And she bought me this,
Yep.
the Michter's 10.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like,
Is she
wow,
open
great
for like
ride.
other, marriages? Because
Well, hey, I didn't even know it was there. She just
dude,
knew
that's
to ask.
awesome.
I was
Lilith-
going to say, I love being married to people who go to the liquor store and bring us things back.
Yeah.
Well,
like I
Lilith
hope my
and
husband
Chris-
is
They know it so
taking
well.
notes here.
Lilith and Chris were there when she picked that up for me. I didn't
Man,
even
that's
know
awesome.
she was asking about it.
And was that the 10-year? Sorry, you may have said
Yeah.
it. Okay.
That was a 10-year. And so that'll be the first Michter's I've tried when I crack it.
Jeez
So
Louise.
yeah, everyone says, yeah, your pal's going to be ruined for anything below it.
Yeah, these are you're getting ruined right now. With both
Yeah,
of
you're
those.
kind of drinking high right out of the rip.
Yeah.
My wife
Blake
says,
Benson.
Here's Blake. You can drop it in.
hey,
Miss you,
Blake.
buddy.
So this is the Powers 3 swallow.
Oh, cool. Oh, I like the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
say
maybe I have seen this. Maybe I
I
have
would say
seen
of the 3 of
blue.
them, this is probably the least offensive of the 3 redesigns. The font still makes me want to rip my eyeballs out because it's all over the place, but the blue is nice.
Yeah, that one actually kind of works.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I don't know. The shield just like, I feel like it looked better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a freaking hazmat bottle, especially the red one.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is the 3 swallow with the John Clayner pot single pot still. I don't think the gold label is. That's a blend, right?
The pot still? Yeah, it's a blend. Or I'm sorry,
No.
the gold label. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a blend.
All right. I'm excited for you to. I'm ready for this. I wish I could
I didn't
drink it
realize
with you, but I still have
this
to.
looks much darker on camera than it actually is. It's actually very, very light, but I didn't realize it's got some peat on it.
I love the
I'm
color.
gonna have
on
to
this.
do a poaching video. I counted up the other
Ouch,
night.
no.
I have 6,
Oof.
7 different bottles of poaching.
That's rough.
I forgot that I have already reviewed this, so I can drink this. Yay!
The blue spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
What's the proof on mine?
I try to
I'll wait
save
until
them
you.
until
I'll wait
after I
until you
review
pour
them.
some, Shayla, before
Okay,
I take
okay.
my sip. I've just been letting it open up a minute and then nosing
Okay,
it.
mine's not much below yours. This is 55.46.
I think I still have some of the sample of blue spots.
58.7?
Yep.
But yeah,
It's
well, at that price, I can't really recommend you pick up John's Lane because that's about 100 and what was it? About 102.50, 103 US, and that's just
Ooh,
I can't recommend that.
that's too much for.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, I would look online because sometimes I can buy it online cheaper because I found a place online that I could buy Listeau. And if I bought 2 bottles, it was cheaper than the price here. So,
Oh, wow.
Christine Beth was asking Mark to pour some blue spot because the dog's asleep on her lap.
Oh. There we go.
Here,
We'll
slap
all
shot.
have some blue spot together. That's great.
Yeah, we'll wait. Let us know when you got your blue spot.
Yeah, give us a
poured.
little thumbs up.
Jim, are you drinking blue spot
Yeah.
as well? Are you drinking John?
Let me go find my sample.
Okay.
Fudge. That means
So
I gotta
see, now
reach.
we're going to wait, and we're going to do a blue spot thing here.
All right. Let me figure out how to turn my camera off for a minute.
It'll say stop
Stop
cam.
cam, Mike.
Yep.
No, stop cam.
Yeah, you just click on that and it'll. Oh,
Well, or you can take yourself out of the
That
screen.
works too.
Shayla and I, we're fine.
We got it.
Don't worry.
So, not to put you on the spot or anything, but are you getting anything off of it or?
Definitely got the multi.
Okay, that worked much better.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go, Stacey.
You don't leave the studio, but you can do what you want.
Oh,
It works either way.
Yeah, we got this. Don't worry. On the nose, I was definitely getting the maltiness, but also I was getting some sweetness. I'm not sure what that sweetness is, but like a honey.
Okay.
It's a little, I don't want to say citrus, but there's something in on that spot, kind of like that on there. Not really marmalade, but
I could kind of see like a little bit of like a marmalade thing. Yeah.
I'm grabbing at some straws there because it's a
Yeah.
very unique nosing to me from other things that I have nosed.
Yeah.
But
It's
definitely
new
getting
too, so it's hard. But
getting a maltiness, definitely getting some sweetness on
Yep.
that. Almost definitely like a fruit and almost reminiscent of Scotch. A note I get in there called heather when I'm on a Scotch, kind of like in this.
It is, John.
I get some of the heather on the legendary silky, the blue silky bottle you had earlier.
Okay. Christine said she's got her blue spot poured. Now we're just waiting for one other person.
heck yeah.
Mine is
Jim's
poured.
got his.
And I would be remiss if I didn't thank OH for sending me this sample.
Oh, awesome. Which was my cornhole partner.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, we lost very terribly, and then I was like, I'm gonna go buy you a drink. We were at Porsland Park, so I didn't actually buy him a drink.
Ah,
but
cool.
We went and had a drink.
Is that batch 2, Jim?
Oh,
I didn't think
according
about that.
to OH's notes, it is.
Okay. Hold on. I didn't
I don't know.
Oh,
Mine just
wow.
says 58.7. It's from Whiskey Fancies, but it doesn't say like any other info
It's-
on it.
Hold on, I can tell you it's the proof.
Mine is 58.9.
Oh, okay.
That's batch 2.
58.7 is batch 1.
Yeah,
Okay, so I got batch
Yeah, you can
one.
tell by the proof because he says in the notes says it's not stated on the bottle, but yeah, 58.9. So that's batch
Okay, so you guys both. That's funny. We have batch 1 and you guys have batch 2. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Well, now I know it's batch 2.
Yeah, we get it. Well, it's about 7:30. Oh, actually, no, it's about 9:30 a.m. For her, it would be 7:30 a.m. for Ken.
Yeah.
He's probably still asleep. Maybe.
Man, this smells good. Dang it. In my
Well,
review, I
thank
think
you
I said
all
it makes me
so
want to
much.
buy a bottle.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on
yeah.
my first live stream in the
Thank you for
books.
inviting us. Anytime.
Man, Solange Stacy.
Launcha, everyone.
Solange.
Solange.
So good. Gosh dang it.
Pineapple bomb.
I was just going to say something like a fruit pineapple.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I get a ton of like red berries and like
I was going to say it's that or almost
like red fruits. I don't know. That's just me though. I'm not sure.
there's a peculiar there's something else in there. It's fresh, but I'm not sure what it is.
I gotta try it on
Pineapple,
the
I
right
never
off
get
the-
apple with it.
Yeah, I got pineapple. I got some red fruit.
Maybe it is apple, but it's something
Maybe a
different
little
in
bit of
there.
apple buried in there.
Yeah.
Mark gets
Definitely
black.
a little caramel or something
No, I'm
like
not getting
that.
any caramel.
Brown sugar.
Hey, horses and
deep.
bourbon. Thank you for coming.
This is a bourbon.
We're
Cheers.
all drinking Blue Spot.
Yep.
And so are a few in chat. I don't know if John made it. To grab
Yeah, and
his.
there's a few in chat. They're also drinking along with us.
Nice. Now all I
Okay,
can smell
red
is pineapple,
fruit,
by the
pineapple.
way.
Red fruit, pineapple, brown sugar. Christina was saying,
Oh.
okay, I'll give you the brown sugar, the pineapple. There's definitely a fruit in there, but there's something else that I'm missing, but I'm not sure.
I get more pineapple, apricot, and then like black pepper. Might be clove, but
there is a
spicy.
spice on it. You're right.
Yeah.
There's some spiciness on the tongue, reminiscent of a rye to me. But I know it's not. But I just know what it is. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fighting with that proof a little bit because I just jumped up from 46% to 58.9, so I'm wrangling with
Yeah.
that just a little bit.
This is why you just start at cast strength. No.
yeah,
I mean, I was working my way up, but the problem is, with
No,
Irish,
that's
get to
good.
42%, it's like 46%, 55.
I know, yeah. There's like there's
Nothing
no
in the
in
middle.
between. It's like, yeah, it's 46
Except for
or it's
Limavady, I
freaking
think it's 50.
cast strength, yeah.
Yeah, Christine
Mm-hmm.
says clove. Yeah, it's got some spice to it. And honestly, Jim, even if you had already been drinking cast strength, this one's got some spice to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely
does.
getting the spice.
It's got some heat and
on the finish, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't grab the sides of my tongue like a rye, but it's more towards the front and it goes to the back. The finish almost has a little bit of a young note to it, like a young whiskey would, but it's not overbearing or anything like that. I'm just getting it late in the finish. I'm going to call this almost a medium to long, if not long finish, because it's still going.
yeah, and I'd expect that with single pot still. Single pot still is more oily, more viscous.
I'm just going to say there's some viscosity to this too. And the honey, I said, John,
Yeah.
and the pineapple, but I said, I think it's the honey is the sweetness I'm getting on that. So good call for you.
Yeah.
That just makes me feel better. Like, okay, well, maybe that's that. No, but there's something else. I'm not saying it's lacking, but there's something else that I just can't quite get on the palate. But it's a fresh pop. So I'm gonna leave that set.
Yeah, this was, I think, one that you gotta let open up a little.
Yeah.
And so probably
Yeah.
sometime this week I'll pour another one to get a little bit down closer to the shoulder, and then leave it go, and then go back.
Tim
to it.
Robertson, cheers.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the honey now that he said that. I thought it was caramel, but now I'm thinking, no, it's like a dark, like a fall honey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun doing it with you guys because when I was doing this by myself, you know, when I'm doing my reviews, I purposefully don't look at other people's stuff because I don't want to
Exactly,
get influenced,
me
you
too.
know. But it's kind of fun because like I didn't really get pineapple, but then when you guys said pineapple, I'm like, ooh, pineapple.
But
So-
that's
That's
the
the
reason
first
why.
thing I get on this is
Yeah,
That's the
pineapple.
reason why I don't look at other people's reviews or try to read anything about it,
yeah,
because I
Not
don't
until
want to get
after.
that in the head.
yeah,
But
that's fun.
I
Though. It's
love it.
fun.
because I can relate to that, because like I said, there's one more thing I'm missing in there, and I don't know
Well, I'm
what it
Christine.
is. but there's something
Thank
else
you
in
for
there.
joining
The
us.
honey, the pineapple,
Cheers, Christine.
the red fruit. I can agree with
Mhm.
with all that. And like John says, the honey sweetness, I agree with that. Something else is in there. It just, to me, is like there's something else that I'm missing. But I think we're all pretty much spot on. And I've never seen a review on it. I have not read anything on the notes or anything like that. So now,
Yeah, that'll
it
be kind
could
of
be.
fun when you go pick it apart later.
Yeah. Well, I'll look into it a little bit more, but
Yeah.
not until I at least have one more good pour, to where I
Yeah,
can sit
yeah.
there and work on it for an
Just
hour.
kind of hang out with it for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Sit on the back
I
porch.
got you,
Cheers,
Alex.
Tim Robertson.
Understood.
Thank you for coming, T-Rob.
Oh yeah. Cheers, brother.
Still at the gym. Shocker.
I really need a
Well,
bottle of this.
I heard they got a good smoothie bar there, he said.
Wrong with, I think I've only seen it a couple of times, and the one time I asked about the price, it was the same store that I got the Tullamore Dupines at, which I didn't pull out this time, but if you have me on again, maybe I will. And I saw it behind the counter, and I'm like, all right, I gotta ask. It was like $150. I'm like, can't do it.
For blue?
Yeah.
That's steep. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over that.
Yeah, just,
You know what? This has some
it's
detail.
steep.
W.
Hey,
Fly.
no.
W, cheers.
I don't think
Oh.
it drinks as a high of proof as it is. Does that make sense on this blue spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the bite is more due to the probably youth.
Mhm.
That's what
Yeah.
I got on there. But like I said,
Yeah.
I don't think it drinks at the proof that it is. And what is that, about 118?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
118.
I
Almost
would
118.
definitely put it at about 105, 110, right in there. But if you asked me to pinpoint it, I don't think I would have went north of 110.
Yeah, I think if I did it in a blind, I don't know, the youngness gives like what I call a lift on the palate. I don't know if that makes
Yeah.
any sense
Yeah.
to you guys, but
Well, it gives you a little
um,
false.
Yeah, it
proof.
makes
In
Yeah,
you
other
it
think
words,
it's
gives a
higher
you're
little-
than
going to
it
bump
is.
it up.
so
Yeah.
I don't know. If I
I would
was
have
doing
pinned
it
this
blind,
around
it's hard to
100,
say.
120. And I know
You'd
that's
do
over
100.
That is
what
what it is. If I remember right, it is about 120. Not that we've seen
D.9
about
looks
it in
like
a while, but
117-ish, I think.
But yeah, I would never have picked it north of 110. That's for sure, as far as the proof goes. I would
Yeah.
not have picked that. But I actually like this first pour, and it would make me want to pour some more and sit on the back porch there with a stick and contemplate my navel.
Yeah. I gotta say, and this is my own fault because I didn't think I was drinking this tonight. It's not as good with a cigar, let me tell you, because
And you know what, Shayla? You're absolutely right. Some things just don't go well with it. You've got to know what you're doing. But then you might have to change your stick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To what you're doing. But it's just one
Yeah.
of those things that just came up. You have it and realize, okay, this Irish doesn't go good with this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for
I'm lucky I
probably more than
saved
half-
some because it's
Probably for more than half the stuff, you're fine with it. But
Yeah,
sometimes
yep.
the stick pushes through the whiskey, or the
Yep.
whiskey will push through the stick. And
yeah,
it's
the
not a good
stick is
marriage.
going through the whiskey
tropical
on
notes,
this
you'd
round.
really have to have the right cigar paired.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even want to pair a cigar with that. I'm just like, I just want to taste that.
And
I thought
there
it would be
is.
okay, but it was like, nope, this is not as
And there
good.
is. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the sips first and go, you know what? The stick goes down or stays down. I never light it. And I just I sit there with that whiskey and go, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Then there are other times that, you know what? I'm really enjoying the stick, and that's where I'm staying. And then I go to the whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
And other
that's
times-
fantastic though.
Other times they're hand in hand. It really complements it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, hey,
I
I
had
have gone
some-
over where I said I was.
It
Cut
happens.
it off. But if someone could post the link to the Stuff and Whiskey,
I'll drop it
Okay.
again.
thank you once again. Everybody, make sure you head over there at 9:00 tonight. It's going to be a great time. They're going to be giving away a ton of bottles, and they're going to be raising money for a phenomenal charity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
Thank
somewhere
you
around
guys
30
all
or
for
something.
coming.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't think we could hit on a higher note than Blue Spot.
There you go.
So they're on the
That's
East
perfect.
Coast too, correct?
They are, yes.
Yeah.
They're
So
on
that's like I said.
That's
for
9
me-
p.m. Eastern time zone.
Yep, 9 p.m.
So
Eastern.
in just under an hour and a half.
Yep.
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Because it's only 4:40 p.m. here for me.
Yeah.
So weird. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Thank you guys all for coming. I really appreciate it. I will see you here next week, same time. We'll be drinking more Irish whiskey.
No.
Thank you guys all. Thank you to my guests. Make sure you subscribe to all these wonderful people. They're all amazing. So
Thank you for
cheers.
having us.
Have a good night.
Anytime.
Thanks so much, Stacy.
Sláinte.
Thank you.
Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Cheers.